Dude, you should stick it in there.
Stick what in where?
Stick the lead in there.
What if I do?
It'd be cool.
It sure would be cool. Oh shoot! Wait,
Do you know the U.S. military?
how did that guy get triggered?
What?
They were doing back in like the 80s. They had an advanced weapons. Manufacturers were competing. One of them got disqualified because basically. So they had proprietary ammunition.
It's just like him, thesaurus. Proprietary.
Thesaurus.
Proprietary.
Papataberry?
Now you got it. Anyway,
Carried
it
up
ran-
Bro.
It ran on like I think caseless ammunition. Or no, it used like but he got disqualified because you could put a regular 5.56 cartridge in it. But if you did that, it wasn't designed to handle the pressure of the 5.56, so the gun would literally explode. And so their entire reasoning for not picking it was because Marines are gonna stick things. Like if something fits there, it goes there.
I should probably mention that I'm recording right now.
Hey,
That was the whole
really
reason.
big. Let me crawl in one
But it was basically
warm and
like,
cozy.
I can fit this round in this gun, and if I do, and I pull the trigger, the whole thing explodes. Marines are going to do that. It's going to happen.
It will.
I
It will.
force the square into the circle.
Me when the circle is small enough to fit in the square hole.
Hold up, that's a bit suspicious.
What?
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't say that word.
Proprietary.
Proprietary. Proprietary.
Because there's two R's.
Proprietary information.
I'm going to eat a papaya.
Papaya.
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
They also spent $300 million just to figure out that putting a scope on a gun makes it more accurate. Because it was the same program. $300 million. A bunch of different rifle manufacturers are making a new rifle, and one thing that they all and they're the only qualification for the program was make it more accurate. We want a more accurate rifle. That's it. We don't care about anything else. There's no more limitations. So like one of the guns was like 30 pounds.
Pick up your trash.
It was literally a brick.
Piece of glass here.
One of them literally, its internals looked like a freaking grandfather clock. Like,
Come up.
Real steampunk weaponry.
but one thing they all had in common was that they had scopes on them.
Throw them away.
And so out of the program came the ACOG that they then just put on M4s.
Get rid of normal weaponry and just fight using Rube Goldberg machines.
And there's like, I guess the scope makes the gun more accurate.
You see, the balloon, we pop the balloon, so that scares the chicken. And the shit's down an egg, and the egg rolls down the horse's butt, which launches the
got caught red-handed, dog.
Why?
You're dumb.
Funny thing about that program is that when the public found out about it, people were kind of angry because they spent $300 million figuring out that the scopes make guns shoot further.
What if they do?
Paper over there.
They spent $300 million.
Loki. Why is this freaking not working?
No,
So then
it's
the government proceeded to start a new program that would basically make up for the failed last program. And this program, it was HK making just the wackiest thing. It was a 20 millimeter grenade launcher with an underbarrel 5.56 rifle. Like, and their plan was to give one of these things to everybody. Every grunt in the military.
Everybody gets one.
Not only was it a grenade launcher, it had a programmable fuse. and a laser rangefinder.
Hey, where can I get
Basically,
one?
The way it would work is you would aim at a wall, or you like say there's a terrorist behind a wall. You see the terrorist behind that wall, and he's like behind cover. You can't shoot him. So instead, you aim at the wall. You press a button on the side. Then you aim to the left of the wall. You click the plus button 2 times. Then you fire the grenade. Huh? Or you fire it. The grenade goes through the air and airbursts next to the target, completely atomizing the guy next to the door. So you just shoot around.
3, 2, 1.
And then it also had a G36 underneath it. But then they realized it had some major problems, like, for instance, how both the grenade launcher and the rifle were operated from the same trigger, and the only difference between the two was general loads. So what you basically do is, like, you try to fire a warning shot at someone, like, shoot at their feet, and you just fire a 20mm grenade. It's like, oop, meant to be a warning shot. I just pulverized him.
You know what happens to the best guys?
And then, so then they were like, okay, this thing's also like 20 pounds unloaded. So, like it's too much. Like, for reference, a fully kitted out M4 is like 12 pounds. So they were like, okay, let's split it up into 2 weapons. And then they made the XM8, which was basically just a G36 with a body kit on it. To make it look, because I believe there's an actual quote that was like, make it more Starship Troopers like. That was part of the program.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And then they had the grenade launcher separate, so it was its own semi-automatic mag-fed grenade launcher that would shoot pre-programmed fuses. And then they also, just to up it a little bit, they changed it from a 20mm grenade to a 25mm grenade, just for a little more silliness. And they called it the XM25, or the Punisher, and it was used by Special Forces. And basically, everybody that touched the XM8 was kind of a disaster because the rifle was all polymer, and when you shot it too much, it would literally melt. So they kind of discontinued that one. The XM25 was awesome. Everybody that used it was like, this thing is amazing, we love it, give us more. Special Forces was using it, and then the program ended, and they were like, oh, we gotta get rid of this thing. The reason behind it was, well, there was one time that, like, the Special Forces chose not to use it, so that's obviously not good enough. That was their public reasoning. The actual reason was, it qualifies as exploding bullets. 25mm grenades are small enough to qualify as exploding bullets, which are slightly a war crime because they're outlawed by the Geneva Convention. So anything under, like, any projectile under like 2,000 grains that can explode on impact is considered an exploding as a weapon.
No, I can't do that. So weird.
So they just realized the whole time their entire program was a weapon.
Yeah, you waited. No, I did. Redo. Okay. Get back. We're not taking that.
You fade. You fade.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No way. No. Oh, please.
Yeah, it's basically just the U.S. government. You know, we spent $300 million on a project and failed. We don't even know how much we did on another project to make up for the first failed project, and then that project failed as well.
Over half $500 million trying to make our own CERN, and now we just have like a big empty building in Texas.
Our own CERN?
Yeah, CERN is the particle accelerator.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it didn't finish it. We just didn't finish it, so it's just like sitting. It's just fuck all Texas.
Yeah, that's it's time to leave.
I have no fucking particle accelerator. How am I going to stick my hand in something?
Or stick your head in it.
What if it made you super
Be like
super
that one
fast?
guy that had a freaking neutron beam go through his forehead in Russia.
Frig, God.
Why
It's so
not work? I
close.
stick